So the 2025 Apple event has just been concluded, and honestly, it actually was better than I expected. They introduced new watches, and they also introduced the new AirPod, which is very very great, and I love the specs of those. But that is not the focus. I've been waiting since last year for the iPhone 17 because honestly, I was so clueless on what next they want to release because I don't know. They're not going to change the design. They're not going to do anything new, and so I was like, how will Apple escape with this? Though there's nothing too impressive, there are some impressive facts and very very interesting facts, but at the same time too, there are some things that didn't change. So we'll take it from the lowest straight to the highest, and then also we'll talk about the new model which just came out. So the iPhone 17, which looks like the minis for the 16, has a 6.3-inch display, which is very good. Like, it's a very very big screen. And also, one thing I love about it is the colors which Apple is now introducing. So it's not more about the normal desert titanium, black, gray, silver. No, those ones are no more the new colors. Or so this time they're having new colors like lots of families of green, pink, and all those kind of colors, which is very very good. And honestly, I look forward to more companies doing that. Maybe I think Apple is the only company not doing that, but now that they're doing it, I'm very very excited about that. Also, it has a 120 Hz refresh rate, which is also equally good, and also 3000 peak brightness, which is okay. Wow, but not that impressive. Brightness is good. Brightness is good, but at the same time too, is not that impressive. Then it has the A19 chip, which is going to give it more power to process artificial intelligence without the Apple intelligence. But at the same time too, Apple Intelligence, there's no new feature on it, and they did not speak anything about it. So I don't know, maybe there's going to be a new software upgrade coming to that later. But at the same time too, the Apple Intelligence, I don't think this chip is meant for Apple Intelligence because it's too powerful. It's too powerful for Apple Intelligence because Apple Intelligence is not that it's not a smart intelligence at all. But I can't say yet. I won't jump into any form of conclusion. Then the cameras, which is also a very very good aspect. It is a 48 megapixel fusion ultra wide camera, which is very very good, and also it has a 12 megapixel telephoto lens as well, just the way the iPhone 16 has, just the same camera setup but just a different form of spec. Also, it has the front camera as well. This year they introduced something called the central stage camera for the selfie camera, which means that your front camera can now take 4 different pictures. I mean, the normal long portrait one, like for example the normal TikTok size portrait one, the normal YouTube size one, the one for Instagram and one for Facebook. So rather than you adjusting your phone, like bending your phone over, you can just use your phone the same way it is, and then you can change the form of formation you want it to take. And also, this one is a much more interesting fact. If you are taking a picture and someone joins you in the picture, the camera actually adjusts this to make sure that the other person who joins you is visible. So take for example, I'm using a frame like this and someone joins me, it then pulls back, expand it so that the other person in the frame can join them. If more people join, you can also like expand it to make sure that everybody is captured in the shot using AI, which is very very massive. And I'm looking forward to what the bigger guns in the tech review industry to actually say about that. Then moving on to the 17 Air, which is very very, when I say impressive, I actually mean impressive because honestly it is pretty damn impressive. But let us take it step by step. First of all, it is 5.6 millimeters thin, which is very very thin. If you look at 5.6 millimeters, yeah, for Apple, yes, it's that thin. Then also it has a 6.5-inch display, which is not the biggest but actually also big. 3000 nits of brightness, and also the new ceramic shield 2 is going to be added not only to the front but also to the back at this time around, which is pretty impressive. Then the colors, I give them credit for the 17, but then the colors of the iPhone Air, I was thinking it was going to be the 17 Air, but actually it turns out to be iPhone Air. Okay, but at the same time, to moving on, the colors are actually pretty boring. Honestly, I don't really like the colors, but let us hope that if this is a very very good product, gets a lot of sales, if they bring it back next year, I'm hoping to get like new colors as well. Then it has the A17 Pro chip. So this year, only the iPhone 17 has the A19 chip, no Pro. But the 17 Air, the 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max all have A19 Pro chips. And these Pro chips have 6-core GPU, which is the fastest for processing CPU on their device, and also has a 5-core GPU, which adds newer accelerators to it, giving it the power of a MacBook. So the iPhone Air is actually having the same power as an M3 MacBook, which is very, very great as well, though in a smartphone, but very, very great and impressive. They've also added the N1 chip for better connectivity, and also they've upgraded the C1 chip to the C1X for better connectivity as well. So this one is going to help in low energy, going to reduce the energy and not go to drain the battery that much. Then moving on to the cameras, because the iPhone Air actually has just one camera at the back, but this is the interesting part. That one camera is a 48 megapixel fusion camera, just the same that is on the iPhone 17. And funny enough, spoiler alert, just the same that's going to be on the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. So keep that in mind. So it has a 2x telephoto for using machine learning, so it gives you the best quality of the image, even despite the fact that it's having one lens. And also when it comes to telephoto, still using that same lens, it gives you it reduces it to 12 megapixel telephoto shot. And then just make sure that your shots are actually much more stabilized this time around, and the sensor shift, the image optical stabilization is also really great. But the front one also has, I say new features added to it, because it is now 18 megapixel in the front camera. But that's not just the only impressive part. The another impressive part is the fact that you can now record a video using the back camera, but also using the front camera, so you can see yourself while also recording what is behind. So you can record both ends in a single video, while still also be able to zoom into what you are viewing without affecting the other one that's going to be on screen, which is pretty dope. It supports eSIM, the usual, and also they've added the new MagSafe power assistant to it, which is good. 2 custom cases. But here's the funny part. The funny part is the crossbody strap. Why do I have to carry my phone like a cross bag or like a cross wallet? And I can see I don't know what Apple were thinking when they went for this, but at the same time, so I don't see myself or anybody like sensible using that kind of thing. Because honestly, if you look at it, especially the build of the guy that they used in making the video, this guy is more like, he's a guy, he's huge, he's a long distance. So I don't really think anybody will actually go for something like that. But at the same time too, it's a great start. I want to see what others think about it. So I don't know what to think about it. Let me know in the comment section below. Then moving on to the final boss, which is the new Pro models. And honestly, these new Pro models are really, really amazing. First of all, they said that it is going to have the biggest and best battery yet, because they've increased the size. Where the eSIM was, they've pulled it out. Where a normal SIM used to be, they've utilized that space and then increased the battery, and then say that it lasts like an additional 2 hours. You know, Apple does not give an actual battery capacity. They don't give a specific number for their battery capacity, but at the same time too, I still think it's going to do well. But last year, according to like Mr. Who's the Boss test, it was the 16 Plus that actually did better. The 16, the lower series. But this year, I'm looking forward to see what the iPhone 17 battery capacity can go, and also what the new ones can also, how far the new ones can also go. Let us just hope it's going to be better, or something also able to compete with that of Samsung as well, because currently Samsung still has is counting his leads ahead of Apple when it comes to battery capacity. Then the same designs, new design, just that though the design of the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max is not that impressive to me, because it's not just that impressive. The normal 3 cameras, they just remove the sensors and the lights to another edge. Nothing that much, but probably can still be utilized, especially for the battery, for the new GPU, for the new Apple A19 Pro chip. So it's going to go far, but at the same time too, just taking a pen with a normal label, then shifting the label to somewhere like here, or cutting the label in half and putting it ahead, and not that much of a big difference, but at the same time too, it's a very very good one. So let us hope it goes well. Then when it comes to the camera, this is the amazing part here. All three lenses of the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max are all 48 megapixel. Which is, when I heard that, I was like, what? Because on normal note, other phone companies actually use like 48 megapixel, then they drop it to 12 megapixel, and then 12 for their telephoto lens and their micro lens. But no, all four lenses are actually 48 megapixels. So like, you're already more like a professional grade camera when you're shooting videos, when you're shooting pictures, when you're making videos. It is very very amazing. As the 12 megapixel 8 times telephoto lens, just when you want to zoom in to get better shots, it actually reduces it from that 48 megapixel to 12 megapixel, which is not that bad if you ask me, but at the same time too, not that impressive. So also, one interesting fact I like about this is the fact that it has a much more larger sensor. So this larger sensor, what it means that it takes in more light, so it can capture more details on your images. All the same features on the iPhone Air about the front-facing camera, the 18 megapixel resolution, and also the fact that it is much more clearer. The sensors are also good. It's actually really. Another thing also about the front-facing camera is the fact that it now stabilizes your picture. So no matter how shaky it is, when you're making a FaceTime or anything, your picture using the front-facing camera, this time around, note, not the back, the front-facing camera now stabilizes you in the middle. So you don't sway to the right and sway, so it stabilizes you in the middle, which is a very very good thing. Talking about the screen resolution, the 17 Pro has a 6.5 inch, while the 17 Pro Max has 6.9. Like, these smartphones are starting to become iPads, because let's say 20 years ago, that is the actual size of an iPad, the 6.9 inch one. But now it is just a smartphone. So I don't know where smartphones are going from here, but I would really love to see where they're actually going from. And for the prices, they are not that massive, but at the same time too, they are massive. For the iPhone 17, it is just $799 or 1.2 million naira in Nigeria. For the iPhone Air is $999, which is 1.5 million naira. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is $1099, which is 1.6 million naira, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max is $1199, which is 1.8 million naira. Note, this is without shipping costs, so who knows, it might be going over a couple bucks. But at the same time too, Apple didn't do much, but at the same time too, I'm impressed, especially with the iPhone Air and the new camera details, the new camera features of the Pro Max, of the Pro models. I'm very very excited about that. The color options for the Pro models are also very much fancy and something I actually look forward to seeing more of. So let me know what you think about the iPhone 17 series in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the very next one. Bye.